Not exactly the vacation that I thought I would be on, but it's great to be back with you and live in the studio. You know, in a day of social distancing, there are still those people that we want to distance. And it's those phone calls that pop up right now at dinner time from somebody who wants to sell you something, or it's someone that you worry might be a potential scam. And with this being an election year, there will be more phone calls to your home than ever before. So what do? Well, I try to be a nice human being. It's so hard for me to say, I'm busy right now. I don't want to talk. Wouldn't it be great if we all had a secretary where he or she could say, yeah, I don't want to talk to you and don't ever call me back? That's what this is. This is really amazing. This is Panasonic's call blocker now being presented for the very first time with 2 telephones. This will become now your base unit. You're going to plug this into a wall outlet, and then you're going to plug it into your traditional phone outlet as well. And then you're going to get a completely wireless, cord-free, that all you have to do is plug that into an electrical source. That's it. And because you now also get the Panasonic call blocker, whenever you get one of those phone calls, maybe it's someone from another country that wants to sell you an extended warranty on your automobile, all you have to do is hit one button, and it will not only hang up on them, but it will record their number, and it will block them from ever calling you again. That's social distancing the right way, right? It is an amazing technology, and I tell you what, there is one individual that in the 31 years that I've been here at QVC has impressed me as one of our best guests ever. He hasn't been here for the full 31 years, but his name is Brett Hamilton. He's one of our electronics experts, and there he is. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. Hope you had a good vacation. I missed you.
And it's not the vacation I thought we were going to have.
Right.
It took me 2 years to convince my wife that we should go to Europe because she hates to fly. Yeah, we didn't go to Europe. So for 2 weeks, I just walked around the house using different bad European accents just to
Just the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we talk about an item that one of us wishes we had invented, but more importantly, I have made it a habit of when I get the prank calls, when I get the scam calls, that I mess with the caller, right? You try to play them one better than what they're doing. The problem is that when you hang up on them or they hang up on you, they can still call you back.
Yes.
So whether it's dinner time or it's 3 o'clock in the morning or it's first thing in the morning and they want to sell you a warranty or they need your bank information or whatever it might be, as Dan said, what if all you had to do was tap the red button and they could never call you back? You don't have to worry about apps or connecting to the internet. You don't have to download programs. There is no technology. As Dan said, you plug a phone into the call blocker, you plug the call blocker into the wall, you give them both power. It works just like your regular phone does that we're giving you from Panasonic, actually giving you 2 phones, but it takes the guesswork out of whether or not that's a good call or a bad call. Because Dan, you have the ability to block 14,000 callers or 14,000 numbers as soon as you plug it in. 14,000 are preloaded. So the bad guys, they think they're getting better, but Panasonic has one-upped them for the first 14,000. And then you can manually block an additional 2,000 numbers. So now you've got 16,000 numbers blocked that can never call you back.
The technology is truly amazing. I have the original call blocker in my kitchen, and it is marvelous. The 14,000 phone numbers already programmed into this are the 14,000 bad guys that they already knew about. But of course, the numbers are being added every day. There are scams happening daily. So I'm going to go over to my phone, and I'm going to hit speakerphone. Hello?
Call from wireless caller.
Oh. Hello?
Hi, this is Linda from the credit card company. We received information that your card has been compromised. Can you give me your account number as well as your mailing address and social security number? We can remove that hold on your credit.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Now, by the way, that... Brett, did I recognize that voice?
Well, for TV purposes, but it's exactly the same situation.
It is.
And the thing is, that number didn't even show up, and you were able to know that it's not a good number because you saw the red light blinking. And I want to point this out real quick before I forget, Dan.
Yep.
You can preload 100 of your friends and family in there so that you don't even have to worry about whether or not their name shows up, because we don't remember everybody's phone number. I barely even remember my number, let alone Meg's or anybody else's. So you can put 100 numbers in there that are the good guys, and it will blink green. But you saw the red light blinking when Linda just called. Now, Dan hit the block button, and we're done with that caller. We're done with Linda. We're done with that particular scam. But Lord knows there are plenty of others out there, and they will continue to come in. But I think you're going to see a noticeable difference. I have. Again, I wish this is something that I had 5 years ago, because it got to the point where before we moved to this house with our landline, we physically unplugged it.
Yeah.
Just because we weren't using it that often, but when we did, or we left it plugged in, it was just every single day somebody calling with a scam. And there is no free lunch. There is no free gift card. They're not calling to offer you something that's substantial that you're really going to want to take advantage of. There's always a catch. Even if it's legit, there's always a catch. So here's a way to remove the catch.
And Brett, for a lot of people, and I still have a landline at home, as many people do, when's the last time that folks replaced their telephones?
Sure.
The chances are your phones are probably 10 years old or older. This technology didn't exist 10 years ago. The quality of the call is crystal clear. You know, the fact that it's Panasonic, one of the best known electronic firms anywhere, and this thing is so simple to set up. I know you did some videotape earlier that'll explain what's necessary. You'll set this up in a matter of just a few seconds.
Just if you plug it in, like I said, you're going to connect the two devices together, and the call block button, that red button, you can't miss it, right? You tap that button and it blocks the unwanted calls, but there's your setup right there. You basically have now two Panasonic phones. We only need to plug one in to the call blocker because you can actually do the call blocking from the phone as well. So there you go. You're going to connect the line that's going in, and then you're connecting the call blocker. One of them goes to the jack in the wall where you get your phone connection from. There is no additional fees necessary. I need to point that out. You don't have to pay for any fees. Once it's up and running, you're ready to use it and make sure they're both plugged into the wall to get power. So the guy calls to try to scam you. You don't even have to listen to the call. If you realize that it's a number that you don't recognize, simply tap the red button, and that call is then blocked as part of the 2,000 that you can put in on your own, on top of 14,000 preloaded of the most common nuisance calls there is. So the potential for 16,000 calls, and then the phone itself as an extra bonus will allow you to put 30 more blocked calls within the phone unrelated to call blocker. And by the way, if you have the phone, if you have the handset and you're not near the call blocker, you can hit *1 and block a call as well, Dan. So that's a nice little feature.
It really is. It's technology that puts us in charge without having to even interact with those people that we don't want to interact with. And here's another message. No credit card company will ever ask you for your Social Security number. Bingo. That's a rule. That is a rule. My father's in his late 90s and got a phone call last week from the company that said they had his credit card saying that it had been blocked because someone had breached it and they'd like to help him out, and then asked for the card number. My father said, well, if you're calling me, you know my card number. I don't have my card on me. He said, well, if you give us your social. My father was smart enough to hang up. On this, you don't even have to do it. Now, we're going to set this up again. We're going to get another phone call, and we're going to say, maybe it's a bad guy. Maybe it's just, another advertisement call, somebody wanting to sell you vinyl siding or what have you. All you need to do
Call from wireless caller
is, if you want to pick up the phone, you answer it. I'm going to do it on a speaker so you can hear it. Yes, hi, hello.
Hi, this is Beverly. I'm calling to let you know your computer protection plan has expired. But we have some outstanding opportunities for you.
Bye-bye, Beverly. It not only hung up on her. By the way, I know that's your wife's voice, Brett, because I know your wife.
Now I know what she does on the weekends to make extra money. She works for a computer company.
It not only blocks that call and hangs up on her, but it means that they can never call you back again.
That's it.
I may use it on certain people I know well and family members.
On purpose.
Yeah. It's a great piece of equipment, Brett. Stay safe, stay home. Tell your lovely wife we appreciate her help on the demonstrations. I'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, and kindness, everybody. Please, please, more love.
Agreed. That was a first look. You're the first people anywhere in the country to be able to see it. By the way, again, I have just the call block at home. I know I paid $50 just for that. For another $16 or so, you're getting 2 great phones from the folks at Panasonic. And when's the last time you got yourself new phones? All right, coming up in about 10 minutes, this is from the folks at iRobot. The rule is simple. If it isn't an iRobot,